Hello, everybody. My name's John Locke. I'm a master trading performance coach and mentor with lockeinyoursuccess.com. And today I'd like to invite you to join us on our Trading Performance podcast. Now, today is episode number 38, and I'm going to be sharing with you an excerpt from one of our trading performance meetings where we discuss how to model successful traders. Listen up and enjoy the wealth of information that we have in the excerpt. If we take someone like Warren Buffett, now one of the things that we do in neuro-linguistic programming is we model people who are successful. That's what we want to do, but not in the way that most people think, right? So when I say I'm going to model Warren Buffett, that means doing exactly what he does, but that is not what we mean. We mean thinking the way he thinks and having the emotions that he has. So if we take something like this, and Warren Buffett, he started out with a net worth of $20,000 when he was 21 years old, and his net worth when he was 83, 85 billion. That's quite a result. How does he get that result? He gets that result through methodically taking calculated risks based on probabilities and patiently allowing the required probabilities to work in his favor or to play out. Now, yes, there is a process within the market that he does this with, but the actions he's taking is he's methodically taking calculated risk based on probabilities, patiently allowing those probabilities to work on his favor. Now, in order to do that, you have to have a certain emotion. You're not going to be able to methodically take calculated risks based on probabilities, and you're not going to be able to be patient unless you're feeling such as, like, I don't necessarily know his feelings, but I know emotions such as being secure, worthy, confident, and abundant is going to allow you to do this. All right, we'll talk about other emotions later, but that will allow you to do this. If you're scared or you're insecure, right, or you're not confident, you're not going to be able to patiently allow something to work out. Those emotions don't allow those actions. These types of emotions allow these types of actions. Now, in order to get this type of emotion, what kind of thoughts do you have to have? Well, if you look at quotes from Warren Buffett, especially early on, one of the things he says, he goes, "I always knew I was going to be rich. I don't think I ever doubted it for a minute." That's going to, if you know from your heart and you're fully faithful, right? You have full faith that you are going to be rich. You're going to be secure. You're going to feel worthy. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel abundant. Another question that he was asked one time during an interview that I saw is, "What's different now that you're rich?" He says, "Well, I can buy anything that I want, but come to think of it, I've always felt that way." Right? Again, he's always felt that he could buy anything that he wanted. In other words, he always felt secure. He's always felt confident. He's always felt abundant and worthy. And those thoughts and emotions has allowed him to build an empire as far as a net worth goes. And a lot of people go, "Well, I want to know how. I want to know how. I want to know how." Well, here's the deal. How Warren Buffett does what he does is probably one of the most publicized things that I've ever seen. If you go in, there's hundreds and hundreds of books and thousands of posts and videos about Warren Buffett and exactly what he does, exactly how he does what he does. He goes through his whole thought process, and meaning that the how is out there. The how is easy. The how is easy to find. It's not necessarily easy to do. It's not necessarily all that simple, although he is very simple in what he does. The how is there. The problem is the people who see the how they're not secure, worthy, confident, or abundant enough in order to actually take the actions that he outlines on how he became rich. So these are the things that are going to make the difference. Now, I want to take a look at what a lot of people's or traders, what their thought model is. right? They have a circumstance. I have so many dollars. I have so much net worth. And then they have thoughts, something like, this trade must win or else it means, right? So, or I need the money. I have to have the money. Some form of this trade has to win, or this trading process has to work for me. I need to get this money, right? So they're coming from a place of scarcity. And a lot of times the thought comes in, if this trade doesn't, in other words, I want you to think of the complete thought. If this trade doesn't win, so what? What does it mean? Well, it means that I'm never going to make it as a trader. It means I'm no good. It means, a whole host of meanings that people put on this. That thought process is going to create an emotion in this family, the desperation family, the stress family, the scarcity family, the fear. It's insignificant, impatient. That's what the emotions that are going to be derived from that kind of a thought process. The actions that come from these emotions, right? The actions from desperation, just like we were talking about the person on the scale, they're going to constantly monitor their position. They're going to look for evidence that things are not working. Anything that relates to probabilities or making good decisions goes out the window. They're going to take random action for the purpose of relieving short-term pain at the expense of long-term success. Same thing with dieting, right? They're in pain. They're scared. They have fear. They don't feel significant. They're desperate. I need something to help with this pain that I'm feeling. I'm going to have a piece of cake. Ooh, that feels good, right? It relieves the short-term pain, but it's at the expense of the long-term success. It's the same thing with our trader. Our trader is in pain. He's scared. He's desperate. He's fearful. He needs something to relieve the short-term pain, the uncertainty that the trader's feeling. He needs something to calm that. What is it? Well, flattening my delta so the trade doesn't lose any, it doesn't look like the trade's going to lose any more money if the market keeps doing what it's doing. Jumping out of a position, breaking your plan somehow, right? And the emotions will tweak at you until you do break the plan. That's what happens. Same thing that happens for a dieter and any other 100 other subjects that you can think of when we're talking about trying to improve or get better. So that is what that thought model creates.
And that is what I have for you today. If you like what you see, I encourage you to join us at lockinyoursuccess.com. That's LOCKE in yoursuccess.com, and check out our pro membership so that you too can break through barriers and make quantum leaps in your trading and in your life. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Trading Performance podcast.